This is Joshua Hart here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Macaulay McGowan. Macaulay, first of all, thank you for your time for the third time. And how is everything?
Yeah, everything's all right. Yeah, I'm not starting my car sweating after just putting a mix on. So, yeah, I'm a bit cooler now.
Good to hear. It's very good to hear. Obviously, we'll dive straight into things. Last time out back in June, you headlined on Channel 5 for the European title against Abbas Barrow. While not Unite, I'm sure there's a lot of positives to take away from it still. How do you reflect on that?
Yeah, so yeah, like now I'm pretty happy with it. But well, not happy that I've lost, but like overall, when I look back at how far I've come, I think yeah, I did all right. Headlining on Channel 5 for a European title. So yeah, I look back and I think, if I just did this, if I just did that, and shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I didn't. I gave it my best, and my best weren't good enough, which, as hard as it is, I can live with.
What do you believe you could have done differently to change the outcome? That's obviously if have you watched the fight back first of all, actually?
Oh yeah, I didn't stop watching it. I was like, have it, buzzing.
What do you believe you could have changed, obviously, after watching it back? What do you believe you could have done differently?
Well, at first I was thinking, I should have boxed a bit more, but then I watched it back and think I should have stepped on him more. I should have stepped on him a bit more. But no, that's my ego getting in the way. I think I should have maybe just been a bit more relaxed. Pick my shots a bit more, better decision making. Maybe not have been as emotionally charged. But it was always going to happen. I wear my heart on my sleeve, so it's always hard. It's hard to contain that. But yeah,
What was it that made you, obviously, you say, you should have been more relaxed and not as emotionally involved. What was it that made you not as relaxed as you could have been?
I was relaxed, like in the type of like a fight. Like I love to fight, and I am relaxed when it comes to the fighting side of things. It's just I should have. I don't know. Got maybe sucked into like, oh, I'm gonna put it on him. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I've really got in my own head about it. And like, it was a big occasion for me. European title, like something that I've dreamt of since I was a kid. Like I say, the British, European, and world. And I was getting my moment at 12th round, live on Channel 5. And yeah, just like a career of ups and downs. Maybe I thought about that too much, thinking this is my moment, and I should have just been a bit more cool-headed.
Fair enough. And then something that was very prominent on your social media afterwards was you thanking Joe Gallagher. Obviously there was times in the fight where it looked like on the telly anyway that he wanted to pull you out and save you from taking any further punishment, but he ultimately let you do it your way, go out into the 12th round and went the whole way. How thankful are you for having someone like Joe Gallagher in your corner?
Yeah, I'm massively thankful, and I know Joe. Any other fight or whatever, or maybe any other person or situation, he would have pulled it, but he got the response he wanted. Like you might have seen me walk back to the corner a bit shaky leg or whatever, but when he sat me down in the corner and he asked me, I was clear ready. I was telling him what he wanted to hear, and like I was fine. But like I say, with Joe, yeah, I went to him 3 years ago and changed my career around, and like that helped with other things in my life as well, and changed my life around, just loads of different things, and just makes me a better person. So yeah, it was a build up of everything from the person I was when I first went into the gym to the person I was fighting for a European title. A complete overhaul, and yeah, and that's thanks to Joe. Like indebted to him forever, really.
And what does the future hold for Macaulay McGowan now?
The future, obviously I know Joe and stuff, like always looking out for opportunities and looking out for me. But I'm not promoted by anyone. I'm not like the main draw. So it's to me, it's like go away, get on the small hall again, rebuild, and then if an opportunity comes, hopefully the right one, and we take it and finally get it over the line and get a win on that one, get a nice title.
And you mentioned obviously going back to the small horse scene. Is it? I don't know what I don't know the right word isn't the right word isn't frustrating, but is it just a little bit annoying for yourself? Obviously, you know you're at that level going back to the small hall where you might not get the paycheck that you might have got with Channel 5.
Yeah. No, because you understand it, you accept it, and that's your place, and that's what you've got to do. And I enjoy it. I'm in the gym anyway, so it's not like I'm skipping work or I've got to do an 8 week camp for a 4-6 rounder somewhere. I'm in the gym anyway, and and then just might as well keep ticking over, and you get a few wins on your record, and you get your opportunity. It's up to you to take it. It's up to me to do the business or not, and I've been unfortunate a few times.
Fair enough. And then just moving away from yourself and looking at the wider landscape of the boxing world, this weekend we see Riyadh season leave Saudi and go to America as Terence Crawford versus Israil Madrimov tops the bill. How do you see that fight playing out?
Yeah, I think early on Madrimov will be jerky, awkward, and will probably cause Crawford a lot of problems. But what I haven't got on that Crawford has is he keeps a cool head, and he sticks to what he's doing, and he always finds a way.
What is it about Madrimov that makes you feel he'll be awkward for Terence Crawford?
Just his style, his big old unit. He was a great amateur, fast feet, weird angles. So like Crawford. I mean, I wouldn't say he was basic. Like you can't say that about him, but like he's a bit. He eases into a fight, you feel, whereas Madrimov, I think, will cause him problems early on, and then Crawford will get to grips with him and then probably stop him or get him down the straight, winning the last few rounds and winning quite big.
So, how big of a chance, let's say on like a scale of 1 to 100, on like a
1 to
percentage?
100, fucking hell.
Well, no, so like 10%, 20%, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What chance, like how big of a chance do you give Israil Madrimov as the underdog?
I think he's. I think he got 65.
Okay, so
I think,
decent chance.
yeah, I think he's got a decent chance. He's a big, strong man. Like he's been a great amateur. He's seen every style you possibly could as an amateur. He's beat your Kazakhstans a lot. Like he knows how to fight. So yeah, I give him a good chance.
What do you feel the reasoning is for him being such a big underdog despite his huge amateur background and then being a world champion inside 11 fights as a professional?
No, because about how good Crawford is. He's proven. He's pulled out the bag a few times, and whereas Madrimov hasn't. I don't think a lot of people really know who Madrimov is really. So just like, oh yeah, be an easy win for Crawford, but I don't see it that way. But then again, I am absolutely rubbish at boxing predictions. I overthink everything. Whereas when it's black and white in front of you, like, oh, of course Crawford's going to batter Madrimov. He's well inexperienced. I'll be overthinking it, thinking he's got the amateur this, he's got amateur that. And my mates say to me, from now on, I'm not going to ask you about boxing predictions because I overthink them all. But in my eyes, I think it's a tough fight.
That's fair enough. That is very fair. And then if Crawford is to come away victorious against Madrimov this weekend, that will make him a four-weight world champion now. Where would he sit on your pound for pound list if he is to pull off the victory?
Well, because of my boxing knowledge with the pound for pound, it weren't that great before. But yeah, I'd say Usyk. Wait there. Yeah, Usyk, Canelo, and then I've got a new way there now, and Crawford for. Well, I think Crawford will go ahead of a new way, not Canelo.
Okay, so Crawford will slip into number three.
Yeah, in my
Okay,
eyes.
okay. Speaking of Canelo, Turki Al Sheikh, His Excellency, has come out and said that if Terence Crawford is victorious this weekend, he wants to target Canelo versus Crawford at 168. Crawford's very open to it. I'm sure Canelo will be as well. Who would you favour heading into that fight?
Yeah, I'd say Canelo. Definitely. Canelo would be the bigger, stronger man. Obviously, he's unbelievable at super middleweight. But I don't think Crawford will ever look small or out of place with his strength. I think he's deceivingly strong. So even though Madrimov's the bigger man this weekend, I think Crawford will handle himself pretty okay. And I think he always will, no matter what weight, because skills pay the bills, and skills like can, I don't know, like you don't seem worrying about size and stuff if you're that skillful, if you're that good. So accustomed with the added strength and the fact that Crawford is quite a strong fighter as well, I don't think it's too much of a struggle for him going up the weights. But I just think I think Canelo would do him, yeah.
A lot of the talk on social media, whenever it gets around to a Canelo fight week in his last few fights, you'll see a lot of the boxing fans around the world say that they believe Canelo's on the slide. Uh, how much do you agree with that statement?
I'm not too sure. You probably would because he's getting older and like his career's been that long. You would say he probably is on the back end of his career, but is it that much of a slide where he's going to lose to a lot of these fighters? Probably not. He's probably still good enough to win. And I don't know. Could you say he's on the slide? You can, but he keeps winning, doesn't it? I mean, he only got beat off Bivol. So, so I don't know. Maybe he's plateaued a bit. Maybe that's it now. And then he probably, I think everyone's hoping that when they fight him, they're getting him on the dip when when he is about to slide and just ain't got it anymore. So I think that's what people are hoping and they're anticipating. But I don't think he's there yet.
Well, see, we've got another Canelo fight week about a month and a half away now, September 14th. He takes on Edgar Berlanga. But originally the rumored name and the front runner was Chris Eubank Jr. But Ben Shalom has come out since signing Eubank Jr. and said that the reason why the fight never materialized is because Canelo's team could not offer a purse to Eubank Jr. that was acceptable for him. Hence why they've moved away. What do you make of Eubank Jr. not taking a fight with Canelo?
I think that is absolutely crazy. Like, what is he like? He's 35 and he's not going to get any bigger for him than that to fight Canelo. So unless Ben Shalom was bullshitting and told him that they'll earn him a lot more money in a couple of fights than they would for fighting Canelo, then maybe. But I think you should have just took the Canelo. And if you wanted to carry on boxing after that, then you're still quite a big draw. You've only lost to Canelo. Might as well just fucking took it. So I don't know. Ben Shalom must have some great plans for Chris Eubank. I don't know. I think it's absurd. You just fight the best. When you get in this sport to fight the best of the best, Chris Eubank, as limited as he is, like I know he's a big draw and stuff, but come on, like boxing ability wise, and he's overachieving. So to fight the best of the best in Canelo, like you should have just done it.
Fair enough. And then if that fight was to happen between Canelo and Eubank, obviously I can already kind of tell what your answer is going to be. How much of a chance would you have given Eubank Jr.?
Oh, I think Eubank wins curveball. Okay. Nah, nah. I think I think Canelo. And you know what, right? I think because Eubank throws a lot of shots and stuff, he'd actually give it a good go. He's got now to lose. Go in there, give it a good go with them uppercuts, getting dead close, fucking 20 right uppercuts that he throws. It would have been a decent fight while it lasted, but I think Canelo's class would have come through and he would have stopped him. Yeah.
And then just moving on, lastly, obviously we already mentioned Riyadh Tees and going to America this weekend, but at the end of September it comes to London, Wembley Stadium, topped by Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. Who do you favour heading into that fight?
I love to say Dubois, but I'm gonna say Joshua. I think that I think Joshua's gonna look to do him pretty early. But yeah, I know Dubois took a lot of shots, didn't he, off Hergovich and stuff. And I think if Joshua was landing them, would he still be there? But it's all ifs, ohs, and maybes. I'd love to see Dubois get in there and give it his all and put a good show on. But I don't know. I'd say Joshua's favourite.
What do you make of the claims from some boxing fans around the UK saying that Anthony Joshua has a fragile chin?
Nah, fucking at heavyweight. I think anyone's got a fragile chin, haven't you? If you're taking a punch off an heavyweight, like Tyson Fury used to get dropped off Journeyman. You've seen him go down off a few early on in his career, but he's got a great chin. I think it's just heavyweight boxing. I just think because he was a bit stiff at one stage, so when he gets hit, he takes the full hit of the shot. Whereas if he just rides him a bit, I think he'd do a bit better. But it, I, nah, he's got a decent chin, I'd say. Like you've got to have to be an heavyweight boxer and get to the level he has.
And then how big of a chance do you give Daniel Dubois heading into this fight with Anthony Joshua?
All right, I'd give it like I'd think it was I wouldn't say 50-50, but yeah, I don't know. I'd give him a bit of a chance. I don't know out of 100.
60-40 maybe?
60-40 to Joshua, yeah.
Okay.
Well, like before when I said about Madrimov, when I said about 60%, I meant like I didn't mean like it's 60-40 to him, you know what I mean? I just meant like he might have a 60% out of 100 that he'd do all right.
Okay, fair enough. And then just lastly, one fight on the Anthony Joshua Daniel Dubois undercard that I want to get your thoughts on. Former Chris Eubank Jr. opponent Liam Smith returns to the ring for the first time since their rematch and takes on rising. I don't really know if you can call him prospect anymore, but rising talent Josh Kelly.
Yeah.
It's a real crossroads fight in the middleweight division there. Who do you side with when you look at that fight on paper?
It's a great fight, and I think when I first see it, you think, oh, Josh Kelly. That's my initial thoughts for, oh, Josh Kelly. But then I think Liam Smith seems a bit too stubborn to take a fight thinking that he's going to lose it. You know what I mean? So, and I don't think Liam will go, oh, I'll take this fight and that'll be the end of me or whatever if I lose. I think he's got a bit between his teeth to say, nah. Like Adam Booth and Josh Kelly obviously think they're getting Liam at a good time, thinking it's the perfect fight for Josh. It's the perfect dancing partner, Liam Smith's style, this, that, and the other. I think Liam will know all that. I think, nah, you're having it, you bastards, fuck that. So I think Liam will be bang on for it.
Fair enough.
At first I did think Josh Kelly, but the more I'm thinking about it, I think Liam Smith's gonna have a bit still more left in the tank and cause and yeah, and probably beat Josh Kelly. He should do.
Do you reckon he stops him or on points?
Nah, I don't know. You put me on. I like them both. I don't know. I sit on the fence with that one.
Okay, fair enough. Macaulay,
It depends who turns up. If Josh Kelly can, like you say, hold his metal and like, because I think Josh's gonna start pretty fast, and try and get Liam. And I think if Liam weathers the storm and comes on, but then does he come on big enough and Josh fades a lot where it's making a dent in him? I don't know.
fair enough. Macaulay, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. It's been a pleasure. And hopefully we get some fight news for yourself soon and see you back on the big
Yeah,
stage. Thank you.
nice one, Josh. Thank you very much. Cheers.